Today I am attempting to wallpaper. I have never done this before, and I've been really wanting to add more floral prints and turn my entire house into this beautiful indoor garden and have all these flowers and plants everywhere without having the maintenance. So there's no better way than adding wallpaper, and it's a big job, so that's why I chose just a small section. So with this area here, this is in our foyer, so we have everything really bare because I'm kind of in the middle of recreating the space here. And as you can see, we've got this all taped up. We're gonna actually be painting that as well. I picked out a really pretty color, which I'll share once we go along over there. But over here is where I'm gonna add just that pop of design and color and, make it look pretty and fun and just give it that feeling. So this is the peel and stick wallpaper. This is my first time doing it, so I am not like a pro to be here to give you tips. I'm just gonna share the process of this project. And what's really cool is I love this piece of wood right here. This isn't something we bought. This is actually a gorgeous old piece of barn wood that was in my dad's barn. And he cleaned out the barn and he threw this onto the burn pile. So Jason and I saw it on there and I'm like, nope, we gotta take that. And as you can see, isn't that just beautiful? Look at the history. It's just so beautiful on this piece of wood here. And what's really awesome about this piece of wood, I knew right where I wanted to put it, but the coolest part is that we didn't have to cut it. This piece of wood fit in this space perfectly, so that's how I know it was meant to come home with us. So in those little grooves right in here, I will paint a little bit of a darker color because I'm not gonna run the wallpaper all the way up. Like, this is a really big wall in here in our foyer. I mean, it just keeps going. So that would cost a lot of money, plus it would be too busy for my taste. Just a little accent underneath where you hang, the coats and place the bench. That's plenty for me. And I already made a little bit of a mistake because down here then, I ended up getting some separation. So what I did was I actually filled in with markers. I grabbed my kids' markers, and you can tell when you're up close, obviously, but when you're backed away just even a little bit, as you can see, you can't even tell. I mean, like I said, this is my first time, so we're just gonna make it work, and it's for my house, so if there's mistakes made, it's okay. I'm obviously not a pro at this because I'm actually using whatever I have in the house, and I just have like this little cake spatula, so you use what you have, and as long as there's like a straight edge on it, it's fine, but I just slowly go along and push down so that way we don't get like bubbles. And then I gradually roll the backing down as I go. So that's how I've been able to keep out bubbles. With the first one I laid, I didn't do that and I was still learning. So I have just a little bit of a crease here, but like I said, it's my house. So I'll try and fix it as much as I can, but if it's not perfect, it's not a big deal because look how cute this is. So you're probably wondering what's the point of this video. It's so that way you can learn from my beginner mistakes here and to get some cool ideas and add little pops of design and color in your own home. We have to create our own happy spaces, and I spend a lot of time at home. I'm a huge homebody and we are in the house a lot in the winter, and this is where I like to be with the family. So I like to create magical creative spaces, and right now I'm updating a lot of spaces that we never really paid much attention to. We were always focused on the outside. So this winter I've been having a lot of fun with just adding more special spaces within the home, so it feels cozier and it feels more lively and it feels fun. I love a fun style. As much as I love the all white and neutral palette, I mean, it's soft, it's pleasing to the eye. That's just not my thing, and I love, dark, moody colors with pops of brightness, and just like my garden outside. So I'm kind of bringing our same style that's outside inside. So that's kind of what we're doing now. Before I started this, I actually went ahead and washed the wall with a wet rag. So you always want to make sure to wash your surface before you get started. And I would have started recording this video before I even started at all, but I have gotten so used to not recording as much this past year. So this is where I'm at now, and I was like, wait a minute, I should be sharing this because it's so cute, you know? It kind of has that garden flair and that fun flower shop feel, and that's kind of what we're going for in our foyer. We're going for that flower shop feel. So I'm bringing some outdoor textures and colors and all of that in so we can bring a really positive vibe here in this foyer. Just always go over to smooth over the seams too, because that really helps. We're getting there, not too much more left. Well, I have to say, not too bad for my first time. So you can lay wallpaper with a cake spatula. That's what I've learned is, you know what, a lot of times I use whatever I have on hand that mimics the tool that everyone uses, but obviously those types of tools are made for a reason. It would make the job a lot easier. But this wall right here took me an hour and a half, which I think is actually pretty quick because it's the stick and peel. So it comes off easily too. So if you're somebody who likes to change things up a lot, the peel and stick would be the best option. That way it's not so much work to take it off when you do want to change. All right, there we go. I love my new space. It just has this feeling and it's so colorful and it's so fun. It just completely redid this entire space in the house. Totally fun project, so I'm really looking forward to moving on. Last year we had a lot of drywall repairs. So when we had the walls repainted, I didn't really have my mind set on a specific color. I just really didn't know what I wanted to do throughout all these different spaces. So I kind of just went with a really light neutral color just to get everything cleaned up and all the drywall repair spots covered up. That way I'd be able to start with a clean slate and then add and do the colors that I wanted to when I had time, which winter time is the perfect time to have fun in the house and create your spaces. And I was super excited when I saw this wallpaper on Amazon because I was just like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I was looking for. And it was affordable, so it wasn't much. I'm looking at the wallpaper right now and it comes in a lot of different sizes. So the one that I got was almost 18 inches wide and 118 inches long, which is about 9 feet. And it was $12.96, so about $13 per roll. And on this entire wall, even with touching up, and filling in the gaps where it didn't match up, it took me 3 rolls to do this entire wall. So it was just under $40 to do this wall because I used tools that I had as well. You can get the tools for wallpapering. They have those tools that flatten it and move it out. So I just used that cake spatula, which worked fine for me. So I didn't have to have that extra spend on top of it. Another really cool thing that you can do with wallpaper is wallpaper frames. So that way you just have an entire large picture instead of getting these huge canvases printed or buying these huge art pieces. Buy a canvas and wallpaper it for way less. There's always deals on canvases at Michael's or at Hobby Lobby. I usually find the best pricing at Hobby Lobby, except for like twice a year at Michael's. They have amazing deals on bulk canvases. So I hope you guys learned a few things from a few of my newbie mistakes. And I know I have, so I know I can do a project a lot quicker next time, and how I would do it a little differently next time, because by the time you're done doing something for the first time, you become really fast at it. So I'm actually thinking about, where else can I add some wallpaper? I guess we'll see.